Hey guys, it's Adam here, and girls actually. Hi guys and girls. I got some new gloves, the Climb Adventure Long, full Gore-Tex. My Climb Quest gloves that I got at a discount. I paid $160 for them on Revzilla. They were closeout. This piece here tore within the first month of use. So I emailed Climb and I said, he's probably not a warranty replacement, but I'm just asking anyway to see if you guys will replace it. They did. And let's get into Enduro here. And they actually sent me a $230 gift card on their website, which I think was a clerical error. But, sorry, that was too loud. That allowed me to purchase these. So, overall, it worked out really well. No GoPro remote today, so I can't tell if I'm recording this occasion. I'll look at myself in the mirror. Yeah, if I had 5 miles to my ride home, I actually take mostly dirt. And so I don't always do it, because I do have a dog waiting for me at home right now who's been at home by himself all day. But then again, you can't beat this. I mean, how many GS owners are able to add 5 miles to their ride home and take dirt, 80% dirt? It's just amazing. I don't think this is something that people normally have access to. I think it's a problem of cost. The R1200 spec'd out retail, you're going to pay 24 grand. And the people that have a living wage that can afford $24,000 bikes are either retired and don't really give a shit about going off-road, or they're young, but they had to live in cities to be able to afford bikes this price, and therefore it takes 3 hours to get out onto dirt on the weekends. They had to plan months in advance to go find dirt. And I'm just so lucky to have a really great job. The YouTube, which pays the bike bill, basically YouTube pays the bike's monthly payment, and live in a place as great as northern New Hampshire to be able to ride like this. So today's video, vlog time. And you guys see this road before, actually. This is the second time this road's appeared on my channel. It's going to be a bike update. So so today's May 7th, in case you're wondering. And you're seeing this probably a week or two from now, because I have such a backlog or a queue of videos that are going to go up that are for bike modifications, things that you're seeing now. If I put the video out today, it'd be a little confusing because things aren't they're not the way they should be. So let's start with some of these things. So the first thing that I'm really happy to have on the bike, I thought it was a waste of money. I swapped out my 2-inch pivoting risers. Where's this go? Nowhere. I swapped out my 2-inch pivoting risers for from Rockspeed FX for 2-inch vibration anti-vibrizers. So same rise, same pivoting, but they have a rubber chamber in there that removes some of the vibration. And I'm blown away. The R1200 is already a bike that doesn't have a lot of vibration. When I first ordered my risers, I thought $20, $30 more, whatever it is, for the anti-vibe is a waste of money. But now that I have them, it's worth it. So if you're considering it, skip your Subway sandwich and Starbucks coffee that day and get the anti-vibe. They're really, really nice. I love them. And I got them because the guys from Rockspeed loved my video, and they said, hey, we want you to try the anti-vibe if you're interested, and here's a 20% off coupon. And I thought, well, I could probably sell my used ones for like $100, and then I'll get these for like $125. So let's try the upgrade, see how it works. So here we are, and I'm really happy I did the switch. Also, the Sargent heated seat, only one time have I had it on max power and it's burned my ass, where I'm like, oh, this is kind of uncomfortable. I think for cold weather or cooler days, you're going to love it. If you're in the south, the heated seat probably has no use. But when it's below 50 out here, the seat is really amazing. So highly recommended on that one. Of course, it really comes down to the money you want to spend. It has a little bit of power draw on the bike. You've got to buy the heated, you got to buy the seat with heat. You can also mail in your current seat to Sargent, and they'll add heat to it for you. I think they sell a heat retrofit kit, but it requires stapling and leather and stuff. I don't want to deal with that. then you got to buy the bracket for the mirror, and then you got to buy the heat controller. So all in all, it's it's going to add $200 to your purchase price. The heated seat though comes with a plug for the passenger seat. So if we only want to use one controller for Heather and I can just buy a heated seat from Sergeant for $430, throw it on the back, and plug in the one cable, and she has heat to her seat. It's just we have to use the same heat setting. If she wants her own setting, it's another controller, which I don't want to spend the money on. So it's a nice, if you have a passenger and they might have a cold butt, it's nice to do that as well. I also had the phone sticking a little more because I've got the Hondo Garage Buzzkill on here, the vibration isolator, and this kind of started in the thumper world of guys running around saying, engine vibration kills the OIS sensors in modern smartphones. And modern smartphones have optical image stabilization where the camera is not on a fixed plane, it's on a plane that kind of moves around a little bit. And, I got some pavement here. And what ends up happening is supposedly, after a couple of years, is the OIS on these phones fail, and you guys have a dead camera from the vibration of motorcycles. So a lot of guys say keep them in your body, that way the phone kind of moves with you as opposed to on a fixed plane. I don't really think it really makes a huge difference. I've never had an iPhone fail from vibration, but it's a thing. So when I returned the low profile clamp for the Hondo Garage Perfect Squeeze that I didn't need, I said, you know what, it's $39 for your anti-vibe thing, $39 for the clamp. When you get it back, if it's in good condition, can you just send me the other thing and I'll pay shipping? They said, don't worry about shipping, we'll send it to you. So they did, so I installed it. I mean, it's moving a lot, right? It's kind of like, it's like moving like it's on a jelly platter. I don't know if I'll keep it or not. I mean, it's on there for now, it's all Loctited down, it's not going to have any long-term effects, but it's just one of those things that, didn't want to just get my money back, rather just keep the money in the company and try something new. Dang, that guy has been working his ass off to get to that fucking hill. Yeah, so right now we're kind of in the outskirts of Lyme, New Hampshire, and Enfield and Canaan, New Hampshire, and we're just going to explore back here for a little bit and then start heading home. The other stuff for the bike, I got a RAM mount here now for the soon-to-arrive Garmin InReach that I'll use for my Trans-Labrador trip. And because it's 75 degrees today, actually, woo, there's little bumps here. Do you see the Hondo Garage thing moving around? I'll take a right here. Because we have the, it's been so warm this week, Saturday or Sunday, I think it was Sunday, I took off the advanced handguard blocker here to let more wind through, and I took off my huge windscreen so I can fill some more of the air. So I've got the Machine Art Moto slipscreen all the way up, the advanced handguards fully open. I love it. So I wear full gear all the time, so when it's 75 degrees, this is a great way to stay cool. And I'm wearing my Andes DryStar suit, which is my first suit I ever bought. And maybe I could diverge for a second and talk about gear. I started riding in March of 2016. That's the first time I ever sat on a bike at the MSF course. And I was trying to get all of my gear, so I spent $500 for the Shoei GT Air, $300 for the Forma Adventure boots, and then I spent $600 on this Andes DryStar. It was a 2015 model closeout suit that had a rain-proof liner and a little bit of winter liner in there. It's a great suit for hot 75 degree days. I've ridden this suit down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit and almost died. My chest and my stomach was cold for about 24 hours after that. I just couldn't break the cold. So it's not a great suit for cold weather. I've gotten it waterlogged before and it's completely heavy as shit when it gets wet. So now I've got this suit for really hot summer days and commuting, lightweight stuff when it's not going to rain or snow. And then I've got my Valparaiso Alpine Star, which I bought January of 2017, which is much better in winter weather. I mean, the liner is just great. I mean, you can't feel any cold at all. It's much warmer than my Climb suit, which is really a shell that needs Under Armour or under sort of base layers and mid layers. And then January 2018, I bought the Climb Badlands suit, which is my only fully rainproof suit, or waterproof suit. And that's a suit I'll use to Trans-Labrador. I'll use that for long road trips where there's any chance at all I'll get hit by rain. But for commuting, it's the Andes. For cold weather, it's Valparaiso. And then for touring, it's the Climb Badlands. That's kind of my suit. I don't think I'll buy another suit next year, unless it's to finally buy a leather suit so I can do some track days. I was going to do some track days in May, June, and it didn't end up happening. I looked at the requirements, and you need full leathers, and I don't have any right now, and I want to buy good ones, so for around $1,000. So I'm just going to wait until I can get some for a good price, and then start my track day stuff. But a good reminder, though, if you're in the BMW Motorcycle Owners of America, the MOA, there's the Paul B Scholarship, where you can apply for scholarships on motorcycle training, off-road and on-road. And it's highly underutilized from what I hear. So I actually applied for a scholarship in March for some track days, and I got approved. And even though I told them I won't be able to use it this year, I'll definitely reapply next year. The approval came about a week later. They've got a board that meets together, and they discuss all the applicants of the month, and they decide who gets the divvy up the cash, and they offered me $150 and said, here's $150 towards it if you send us your receipt, and we'll give you a check. And then I declined it after that. But yeah, it's a pretty cool program. Pavement ends, all right. Everything else is pretty much as it was. I've got some stuff on the back here. The Black Dog Cycle Works luggage grid back there for the Rotopacks. And I do want to get some wider foot pegs from Black Dog, and that's pretty much that. And I've been trying to sell my Clearwater Ericas and Relay on Adventure Rider. And if they sell for around what I'm asking, I'll turn that right around and spend the $1,250 on the bump. It's a little muddy back here. I'll spend the $1,250 on the new Dixie lights. And if you haven't heard of that so far, the deal is the Ericas are 66,000 lumens each. It's 5 LEDs. Dixie is actually a Krista backplane powering a 3,000 lumen Darla-like light configuration, which stays on 10% to 100% during day and nighttime, depending on how you adjust it with your Wonder Wheel. And then the outside is 7 more LEDs that are basically identical to what is offered in the Savina package. So what you've got is a normal running light that can be adjusted to 100%. That's as powerful. It's like 3,000 lumens. And then when you go high beam, and the 7 on the outside don't work unless you're on high beam. When you go high beam, those 7 go up. So you've got 10,000 lumens per side. So that's versus 6,000 I have today with the Ericas. So yeah, $1,249 is expensive just for the 2 lights, and I can't reuse my Erica relays. I've got to use a new relay. So it's a lot of money for just that many more lumens. But at the same time, it's going to be quite an upgrade. And I'm not one to just willy-nilly spend money, believe it or not. There's no way to get these on sale at this time or on discount. Clearwater is offering 15% off the month of May, so if my Erica's selling in the month of May, I'll go for it and upgrade. So that'll be a nice thing to share with you guys. Hopefully one of the first GS owners to get those and put a YouTube video up, which should equal a little more revenue. I'm looking for a road. So this road comes out to a pond, and it keeps going, and then it becomes pavement. I want to stay on dirt. So I'm looking for a road that I can actually explore a little bit that I haven't done before. So I'm waiting for that. It says Clark Road ahead. I don't think Clark Road, I think it was Wolf Road that I was trying to find. Oh, well, there it is. Yeah. It's Wolfboro Road we're taking. So, last night and early this morning, I completed the first revision of my Trans-Labrador trip plan. Right now, there's one guy that wants to go with me. I'm pretty sure he's 100% confirmed. He's going to send me his packing list tonight so we can collaborate a little bit on that. I'm going to meet up with him in a few weeks in person to ride together and just sort of make friends. And then I'm going to post Adventure Rider and say, if we have one more person that wants to go with us, that's fine. But I really like to get 2 more people or none at all. Because I want to be able to split hotel rooms, 2 people per hotel room on the nights that we actually can get a good price on a hotel room. That's my thought process, at least. And sorry, I should have started a while ago. But the overall breakdown is going to be just shy of 4,000 miles without any real big distractions. And it's going to take us, we're going to do June 20th through August the 1st is the planned trip. I have off work through August the 5th, just in case I need to, you know, we have an injury, mechanical breakdown, a delay. Let's say we go on a couple of rest days, or we want to take a long detour and go see something cool that's like in the middle of nowhere. So that's Wolf Bear right there. Well, let's see how this goes. I've never been up here before. Let's see, is this a road we can take? Well, let's see what's down here. Oh, it's not a public road. Okay, well, don't drop the bike then at him. All right. Well, now I know. Plus, our geo is actually a little off on TomTom for Sands of Time Road. It's showing Sands of Time Road is right here, but lift this guy up. So it's going to be, this is a new road for me. It's going to be a pretty brisk schedule. I mean, I don't know what the average is per day of mileage, but I do know there are some 520 mile days in there if we're going to stay on schedule. Longest spot between gas stations is 330 miles, I believe, or 300 miles, somewhere around there. And this thing gets about 300 to a tank, but I'll have 2 gallons in the back seat for myself or anyone that needs it. And it's going to be a really, really amazing trip. I'm looking forward to it. Wish I had the rear camera on. You know that I screwed up though, because the iPhone will wake up from sleep mode. It means that I was being a little too aggressive there. Yeah, the whole thing's just going to be a blast. So before that, there's obviously dirt days and other things going up, but that's going to be the biggest trip of the year. And everything I've been doing to the bike has kind of been in preparation for that trip. It's like a lot of the stuff is really not single use, but I don't necessarily need these things on the bike for, you know, most of my trips. I don't need Rotopacks on the back of most of the trips. Maybe the 1 gallon of water is nice to make coffee in the morning, but you know, it's unnecessary to have a 1 gallon or 2 gallon fuel tank on the back of the bike normally, because I'm usually not that far from the nearest cheap gas fuel station. Lots of stuff coming up on there as far as installs go. We're in a good place right now. You know, we averaged for the month of April $309 in revenue, which was nice. I'm considering bringing on someone that's going to edit these videos, edit the travel videos, not the how-to videos. I think these are too linear and kind of not really worth that person's time. But for travel videos, I'm thinking of sending him, like, you know, mailing him a drive of everything and just saying, here, go crazy. And yeah, it takes another month to deliver the video to you guys, but you know, the bike is done, right? The bike has very little else to do to it. Less than 12 things left. And considering my upload schedule is every single day of the week, 5 days a week, I'm not going to fill that time up with unnecessary videos. But what I will do, though, is what can we do with that? Is that going to go anywhere? So if I can fill that, you know, make my travel videos, some deep sand here. To make the travel videos more fun, and not that I don't want to be known for travel videos, but I would like to at least, posted. Bridget, okay. I'd like to at least have some more people that watch for the travel videos as opposed to just being here for the how-to videos, because at some point the bike really can't get any more modified. It's at its peak, and I'm not going to just buy a second bike just for the channel. So yeah, I think that, you know, it sounds scatterbrained, but I enjoy the travel videos for my own sort of time. So the how-to videos pay the bills. The travel videos are, for me, my time capsule of my youth. So when I'm older, I want to be able to watch these little 1 hour episodes over a week and look back and, you know, fond memories of those moments by myself or with friends. And, you know, to have those to be a bit more captivating and less boring, definitely less linear, to me is what I want from those. So if someone can help me do that, and I already found a guy, then that's perfect. You know, I said I would pay him a percentage of the revenue on those videos, and so if they do really well, it is in his best interest to make them attractable to people to watch. And as you guys know from this channel, I'm not the kind of guy to rev bomb people or get into accidents or do stupid shit just for attention or views. That's not my style. I would say most GS owners are of similar nature. very little hooligan-esque nature of it. But yeah, I think it'll be fun to do more travel stuff for this channel, so that'll be interesting. Well, I guess last major bit of news is probably the rear tires. The TKC 80 is at, don't hit a deer or anything, 2,134 miles since I put the TKC 80s on the bike, and the rear tire is, I would say, less than 500 miles from being spent. I didn't try to baby it. I wanted to see how much I get out of the tire, driving it just how I want to drive it, treating it just how I wanted to treat it. If I wanted to, you know, activate traction control when I leave a red light, or ride off road and, you know, ride fast and really angle up twisties and do stuff like this every day. I didn't want to be weak on the throttle, and I wasn't. And so 2,000 miles is when I ordered the replacement tire. The TKC 80 on the front is looking good, probably another 2,000 miles out of the front, which will get me through July. And the replacement of the TKC 80 is an Inaki Wild. And why an Inaki Wild? Well, it's going to be $50 more a TKC 80, so I expect to get 25 to 30% more tread life out of it. And if that doesn't happen, then I'll go out to the TKC 80, because the Inaki Wild was, I think, $208. TKC 80 was like $148 or $150, so $60 more. It should be better. It should, you know, it's not. It's also not cute. I think the speed rating is also only 99 miles an hour on the Inaki Wild. It's not radial. It's still, I think, it's tri-ply or bias ply. So we're not getting much more out of it other than a little bit of different tread pattern and the Michelin name. Michelin tends to have a really good tread life, but from what I've read, TKC 80 and the Inaki Wild have a very similar tread life. So I don't really see a good point in spending that extra money if I don't get much out of it, unless the riding quality is just that much better. But I can't imagine it topping the TKC 80. I really, truly can't. Yeah, so we'll see. That's going to be the replacement tire for the rear. And after that, I have the front and rear. Let me make sure we are here. I'm going to go left at Goss Road. And the Pirelli Scorpion Rally STRs, those are the front and rears that I hope to take with me on the Trans-Labrador Trail. I don't know if they're going to last the full 4,000 miles. I have no idea where the hell I am. Here's the cemeteries. It's a good sign. We're in the middle of freaking nowhere. So, you know, the Trans-Labrador Trail is 4,000 miles. I managed to get 2,000 out of TKC 80s. I'm hoping the Pirelli Scorpion Rally STRs last me 4,000 miles. If they don't, if I find out that that's not really usable, then what I'll do is I'll, at the 2,000 roughly mile mark of the trip, I'll mail a replacement Rally rear to wherever is going to, you know, whatever shop's going to be there, and then in hopes that I can, you know, have it installed when I get there, that 2,000 mile mark. Down here, the suspension's working its ass off down there. Yeah, maybe I talk about the suspension for a second while we're doing this crazy rutted out bullshit road here that I don't know where it goes. So I've done about, oh come on squirrel, Jesus, I've done about 3, maybe 400 miles on the Woody's wheels. Well, 2,000 on the Woody's wheels that were laced and trued and straightened with a 1-year warranty. No issues with those. Still holding air. No visible dents in them. And sorry, I was doing the horses. I don't want to scare the crap out of them. And then, you know, 300 to 400 miles on the Touratech Expedition plug-and-play front and rear shocks that are ESA compatible with a 170 millimeter spring for my weight. And I've done about 10 miles with Heather on the back. with our luggage, set up and everything. That to me was the biggest transformation. So my initial sitting on the bike, it was like, are we still recording? My initial sit on the bike was like, yeah, it doesn't sag as much. It feels a little bit more planted. And then I was doing some tight turns, as tight as we have in New Hampshire. And I was like, yeah, I kind of like the reaction speed. It feels, I didn't change any settings or parameters about it. No rebound, no high-low compression. And I said, yeah, it kind of feels a bit more planted. It's giving me a little bit more feedback that I want. It's not that it feels slouchy or kind of slow to react. So I'm like, yeah, this is a pretty good improvement. Then I took the trip, loaded up the camping gear to the Inky Beamers rally 2 weeks ago. Oh, on pavement again? And that was like nicer. I could tell we were seeing an improvement with the full luggage. I didn't have to go the full 2-up mode. I just had to go to luggage mode, and it felt like it held the load really well. I was able to drive pretty aggressively down there, and I didn't ever feel that kind of shittiness that the stock springs feel when it's me plus a bunch of camping gear. Then Heather got on, and I went to 2-up mode. I thought about doing luggage for our first run, but I did 2-up mode, and it was like life-changing. I mean, the bike, it felt like I still had control. It felt like I could still carve if I wanted to. It felt like I had an ability to take off from the standstill at any speed that I wanted to, whether or not she liked it or not. And it just felt like the bike was still 1-up. It still felt like it was just me by myself because of the preload adjustments on there raised things up. So it still gives me that extra height to account for the sag that she and I have together combined. But it didn't have this feeling where it did before with the stock springs when she and I are on it in 2-up mode of just kind of feeling like it's, when you take your hatchback and you put, 10 bags of 50-pound bags of sand in the back of it and you're bottom down in the springs, it didn't have that feeling. And I was like, this is amazing. And off-road, the reaction speed is great. I don't feel as if it's getting overworked. I haven't done any baby head, tight navigation with fast speeds, which would push the steering damper, stabilizer, and the front shock. But I can say that alone, the rear shock has been amazing, and the front shock so far has proven to be really, really impressive. And the ability to change everything from the control here, that's just a bonus, really. So before I get done with the video and get back on the main highway here, it's a highly subjective decision to not only replace your OEM shocks that have failed with a $4,000 solution, aftermarket solution, which has a 5-year warranty, by the way. And it's even more subjective, and I won't convince anyone to buy shocks before your shocks fail. Why the hell would you do that? But if you weigh 250 like me, and your girlfriend weighs not 0 pounds, and you like to overpack with a lot of luggage, you should consider the upgrade. All right, that's the video for now then. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. Ride safe. I'm so glad you got to follow along. We're going to go save our dog from the house of being completely bored. It's nice to have you. And, yeah, rock on.